Hey, what's up everybody? It's Awall here from TGN Games, bringing you another Guardian PvP gameplay commentary / analysis video. I'm really excited about this build, my Boom Sucka build. It's my DPS build with my Guardian. Link up top to the theory crafting video behind this. Also, if you want to check out all the other builds I've done, the support build, analysis, and balanced build, link up top to the playlist to check that out. Let's get into this one though. Battle of Kylo. Love this map. Secondary element on this map is the trebuchet. Trebuchet is such a huge factor. However, it can work to both your advantage and to your disadvantage. If you have that teammate who's great at using the trebuchet and knows when to hop on and off of the trebuchet during appropriate times, you're in good shape. If you have an ally that just sits on the trebuchet and shoots shots all game and maybe gets 4 or 5 kills, he has essentially been dead weight and wasted all of your time. So as the red team, I like to run over to the windmill early, and as the blue team, I like to run over to the mansion early with this build. This isn't the kind of build where I like to move into points and just contest them super early and buck into the fight, because I'm not all tank. I'm not beefy enough to just go in 2v3 and last for like 30 seconds of this build. This build, I have an average amount of tankiness as a Guardian and a maximum amount of CC and damage. This build is all about doing big crits. 58% chance, 57% chance to critical with this build, 58 critical damage bonus. So I'm doing huge crits, and I'm going to show you the CC factor. Right now I'm making a big mistake. I'm just fighting outside of the point, and it's okay to fight outside of the clock tower on Battle of Kylo, as long as you have the freaking clock tower already. Right now, as you can see, the clock tower's neutralized. What the hell am I doing? I'm seeing blood right now, I'm seeing red, and especially I'm going after a Mesmer right now, which is idiotic. Watch, he's just going to keep disappearing as we try to finish him off. He's going to create images, he's going to be a little bitch, as Mesmers quite often are when you're trying to finish them off. Oh, that wasn't him. Oh, here he is around the corner. All the while, I could have gone upstairs. I could have capped that point. Making a mistake here, but regardless, when you're doing a DPS build with any class, it's really difficult to pull your mind away and to be more point-oriented. You want to get kills. And I'm sort of guilty of that here. With my other two builds, my support build and my balanced build, I kept talking about be point-oriented, screw all the rest. You know what, with this build, I just want to hit people with my fucking hammer. That's the bottom line. So, that's what I'm probably going to do most of the time. I'm trying to balance my time between killing people and actually capping points. It equals maximum fun. So as you can see, this is a very Signet-oriented build, and looks like we're going to single this kid out. It's okay to fight against the corner here. I think I'm going to use my Boom Sucka right there on my 4. I like to call that move the Boom Sucka because of the huge knockback factor and because of the huge criticals involved. You can CC people like a monster with the hammer as opposed to the greatsword. Most people with Guardians are using that greatsword. It does more damage overall, has huge AoEs, it has a little bit of CC. The hammer has 3 CCs on board. Has an immobilize, has a knockback, and also it has a ward, which will trap enemies in melee range with you, or block enemies from going through a particular doorway, or getting off of a point, or on a point. The hammer is amazing for CC. Switching to my hammer, and Mesmers are a real pain in the ass, but if you can actually single out which one is which, then you can go ahead and do that Boom Sucka, knock him into the corner. You see my positioning? I put him into the corner, doing a big critical there on my 4,300 damage, in addition to my Virtue of Justice, doing a quick 6,500 burst, which is amazing. He's trying to get away, and now that he's getting back on the point, notice how effective my 2 is against Mesmers, against all of those illusions and additional images. It does damage to all of them, and essentially makes those images or illusions disappear immediately so you can quickly identify who's who, and it reduces the effectiveness of that Mesmer quickly. Having to pop my elite skill there in order to stay alive, now that I'm getting 3v1, I don't have a chance, but I was able to neutralize this thing and keep the opponents back. I was unable to finish them off because my allies either died or they ran away like a bunch of chumps. It happens. It happens. But with this build, like I was saying earlier, I'm very Signet-oriented. I have a 20% reduction in cooldown to all of my Signets when I use them, and the sexiest Signets are my 6 and my 8. My 6 is removing 2 conditions per 10 seconds because of perfect inscriptions, and my 8 is giving me plus 150 power. And then when I activate it, I can do a really long-range knockdown, which allows me to close the gap. Notice how I'm using my line of warding there in case the enemy tried to escape because my ally was coming in on him, and that's just an illusion. What are you doing, Awall? What are you doing? Just getting confused, killing illusions all over the place. And with this DPS build, you see the mistakes I'm making here, right? I'm just getting super concerned with killing people rather than getting points. Alright, now I've got my head on straight, heading into the clock tower to pick this thing up. If it's neutralized, it's wide open, pick it up. There it is. Now you're starting to get points. Now we're moving ahead by about 70. So try to balance your time, guys, between killing people and getting points with DPS. I know it's hard, but trust me, I know. Alright, so what I like to do here in the clock tower, bust out all the windows on all the sides and something getting hit by a trebuchet. Really? They warned me. They called the trebuchet and I still ran over there and got hit. So regardless, here I am, blood in my eyes, chasing after this illusion right now. What the hell am I doing? Okay, it's not an illusion, it's an actual player. Time to get a kill. Here's a situation where I can do AoE damage and hit multiple people. Look at that 4700 crit. Look at that boom sucker move. Owning the shit out of this kid. He has no chance in hell. Now he's gonna create some illusions and try to get away. Trying to trap him in with my 5 there. I think I did temporarily trap him in. Notice how he tried to dodge and get out of the way of ally, and then he ran into my 5, doing another 4000 crit. Do you guys see these criticals? It's amazing. It's so freaking fun. Another 4000 crit. Oh my gosh, so fun this build. So fun. It's amazing. Alright, trying to finish people off, being super annoying. I probably should revive my ally rather than trying to kill everyone, so here I go. Gonna get my revive on. He can obviously help me. Hopefully that trebuchet shot doesn't come in and kill us. Yes, he's up and running. Now he can help me finish off people. In general, you're going to want to help. You're going to want to revive your allies before you end up killing the enemies, especially in a situation like this. If one of your allies is down and 2 enemies are down on the ground, revive your allies, then you can split and kill the other 2 enemies on the ground. Be smart. Not to mention it's demoralizing to your allies when you don't revive them and you're just running around trying to pick up kills and pick up points for yourself. By the way, revives, they give you 10 points. So a lot of people who just play BGs, these random BGs, not the tournament ones, just for farming purposes, revive gives you 10 points, so do it. Freaking revive your allies already. Alright, so I'm up against another annoying-ass Mesmer, and look at that, trebuchet shot coming in at a critical time. I'm on an effing rampage here. Finish him off. Let's see the banner. No, he got back up and running, embarrassing me in my own video, and there's the player kill on my 2. Your 2 with the hammer is bread and butter. It's amazing. No matter whether your enemy's going around on the side, whether they've dodged out of the way of one of your 1s, if you use your 2 on an immediate follow-up on that, you will automatically go to your target and do an AoE blast. Considering a lot of these situations on these points, you have tightly packed enemies, or in the case of Mesmer, you have 3 or 4 targets in the area. That 2 will clear out all of the images and immediately hit that target for a nice 4000 critical. So I'm going to go ahead and chase after the squishy. As you can see, I like to focus down the squishies here. Now that we have this big, fat, tanky, greatsword a-hole on this middle point, gonna take him down immediately. I'm getting CC'd out the yin-yang, so I need to finish him off before he gets back up and running. We don't want any more greatsword AoE attacks taking out our allies. One thing that you can do here with the hammer in the clock tower is use your knockback move, your 4. When people are on the stairwell area like this, they're right on the edge. If they're not constantly disappearing, you're not already finishing them off. You can use your knockback and knock them down the stairwell and basically push them off the point entirely. That can help you secure a neutralize on the middle point, if not secure a full-on cap. So definitely use that to your advantage. Guardian players who like to use the shield, you can do the same thing with your shield on your 5. Get along the edge of the stairwell, pull the enemies that direction when you're low on health, and then knock them back down the stairs. Go neutralize that point right after that. They think that they'll have the advantage. They're going to come back and kill you, but really the whole point is getting points, and you're going to get the W. You're going to get those bonus match points and those bonus win points at the end. So you're going to be farming more than them, despite the fact that you don't have as many kills for all of you support Guardians. So just picking up this windmill because it's wide open, keeping my eyes up and watching out for those trebuchet shots. Don't get dodged, don't get hit. Look at that Matrix-like focus, my friends, that Matrix-like focus. Awall is conquering. That's something that you want to see. You know you're doing your job right if you're conquering in the game. Using my 8 there, you saw why I used my 8. I saw that his ally was coming up the hill, and I didn't want to immediately start getting taken out by one player and then have another player be able to follow up. Using my 8, knocking him down so I could go back to the point, and hopefully I can pick up some defender bonus points here. Some of you guys have made comments on my videos, well, you shouldn't be, for these BGs, getting the W is important, but it's not as important in random BGs as it is in tournaments, right? I'm agreeing with you guys. Yes, you want to pick up the W for that bonus, but overall you want to get as many points as possible. So I like to get both the W and get a little bit of farm on here. Considering I'm about to die, switching my staff, using my swiftness move, and this is a nice little safe spot on the outside of the windmill. Wait out here, wait till you're outside of combat, and that health regeneration kicks in, and there it is. Well, at least allowed me to... I didn't wait. I'm trying to demonstrate something, and I didn't wait properly. Regardless, I used my 6, and my 6 was cooled down in time, so I could heal myself. But what you can do is wait on the outside of that point. Your health will go back up, go back in on the point. This point is extremely volatile right now, and I made a big mistake here. One thing that I could have done is I could have used my 4 and knocked back that enemy and then revived my ally. I didn't have my head on straight, I didn't do it properly. So unfortunately my ally got killed. I could have gotten my revive on there, and overall that situation would have been much better. Both trebuchets are focusing this point, so my job right now is to try to get on the point, to try to at least neutralize or cap it, and then to dunk and dodge those trebuchet shots in the meantime. If the enemy team wants to focus this thing, I'm okay with that because we're so far ahead in points. We at least just need to get our cap on 1 point for just a couple minutes to win this thing, getting taken out here. And as you can see, most of my death there, I died 3 times to a catapult, or to a trebuchet on this point. That's why I wanted to show you this replay, guys. Don't make the mistake of just staying on a point that's getting constant fire. There were 2 other points on the map that were completely uncontested. That point was having trebuchet shots raining down on it. All of the enemies were pouring in on that point. What I should have done was just run away. Go to another point. Go cap another point and force the enemy team to peel people off of that highly contested point, the windmill. So, now that I've revived, I'm over here on a completely uncontested clock tower, and because our team, both myself included, was idiotic, and we focused in on that windmill for too long, look, the enemy team ended up picking up that windmill because of their guy on the trebuchet, who was extremely accurate. Foolish. So, now that our allies have died, they went over there to go capture the mansion. We also captured the clock tower, which is quite nice. Now that we have our 2 cap on, now is the time to go back to the windmill and to try to get our cap on there. Alright, so clearly seeing that that's not an actual enemy, picking up my line of warding in case anybody's trying to run away, because I see that my ally here is picking up some kills. One thing that you can do when you're trying to finish off a mesmer, if he has 3 images on the ground and you want to quickly determine which one is real, go ahead and use your 2 on your hammer. It will instantly vaporize those images and allow you to focus in on the actual genuine article. Now that we have our 2 cap, we won. Just like that. I'm the top player in the game. I still made mistakes though. Just because you're top player in the game doesn't mean that you played perfectly. You guys saw the mistakes. I could have done a better job reviving my allies. I made a bunch of mistakes on that freaking windmill. But anyway, I got 12 kills. My score was 280. I farmed. I won. I did it all. I was pretty happy with my performance this game. Video menu coming up if you want to check out more gameplay commentaries and the build behind this Super Hammer Boom Sucka action. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the TGN Games video menu. Click the top left-hand corner to check out the previous video, top right-hand button for the next video. Any of the video thumbnails in the center will get you more epic gameplay, and click the button on the purple bar below to check out the theory crafting behind this video series. Channel TGN subscribe in the bottom left, and of course, bottom right to subscribe to TGN Games.